Hello guys, this is Dr. Lior Bar-El. So I got some great news. First off, I want to begin by saying make sure that you guys watch. A lot of you guys requested that I do mini-series, and I'm doing them. So the first one, as we speak, every Sunday is being released right now. The how to build a gaming computer that has anywhere from about $1,500 to $3,000 retail that you could build it really on the cheap. I'm reviewing each part and then showing you guys how to build it every Sunday. Then be sure to check out the next mini-series that you guys requested, how to build a Star Killer helmet or any helmet on a 3D printer from beginning to end, and by end I mean finished product with paint and all. After that, how to build a gaming / post-production desk. Okay, from beginning to end, I'm showing you guys how to build it. Has a retail value of anywhere between, $900 to $1,500, but you could build it for a little bit over $300 or a little bit over $400. So now let's get into this. Right now I wanted to make a video. As always, I released videos, always alerting everybody about all my investigations that I do and things that I study and things that I look up for you guys, and release videos out there, whether it be popular or not. It's always the truth. And you know, Nintendo was kind of dwindling a little bit. They were going down in stocks a lot, up to even 16 points, even 17 points down, you know, percent down, and it didn't look that good. And you know, obviously the stock market rises up and down, it goes up and down and all, but it didn't look that good for Nintendo. But right now it actually had a 4% rise in their stock, which is pretty amazing. And also the thing is, there's going to be some really big things to discuss right now. One of it is to see the success of the Nintendo Switch. So right now they're about 19.67 million units sold right now, which is pretty freaking amazing. You know, in the quarter, they still want to see what they're doing in their entire fiscal year. They actually gave themselves another goal, so they're not at 20 million yet. I believe by now they probably will be by the time I'm releasing this video, but they just made an announcement that they want another 20 million, basically, or anywhere from 35 to whatever, 40 million or whatever that they will feel happy about. So they give themselves another you know, push, another goal. The thing is, you know, that's the thing with Nintendo. A lot of people, including myself, don't see it as a safe stock. It constantly, due to business practices, you saw what happened and all, and still worldwide they are suffering in the market. They're still suffering. They're not at the place it's supposed to be. But with nearly 20 million units being sold, and about now their new goal that they made, and they're not changing their ways of marketing, which is ridiculous, but they have another 18 million plus to go. But hey, look, it's happening. I don't know, it's by the grace of God, things are working out for Nintendo. Now their software, now here's the kicker here, their software is at about 86.93 million units. Now I'm going to tell you, I think they're being a little bit overzealous here. The reason why, I mean, I don't think they should have given themselves another goal to end the fiscal year like that. The reason why it did well is because they had system sellers. And obviously Nintendo doesn't have too many system sellers. But for example, when you have things like Breath of the Wild coming out, and you have it for the Nintendo Wii U and emulators of the Wii U that could play it way better looking than it is on the Switch, unless portability again is a factor, you're not going to get that as a system seller. But people bought it for Mario Odyssey. They bought it for other you know, for other games that were just exclusively released for the Nintendo Switch. And they had a good, and plus the promises they made and all of that stuff brought that big push to their sales of systems. Right now, I don't see that many factors that are going to get, in fact, there's forums literally from everyone saying they're not going to buy and jump over to the Switch till they're sure it's 100% safe, as you see all the issues it has, and also till they release exclusive games that are exclusively made for that. Now I'm going to give you guys now another thing. The 3DS actually tops in the software. Now, we're talking about an old, you know, structure here, you know, kind of going up to par. This is why I said, Nintendo, do not get rid of the 3DS. Of course they are, but, you know, they're phasing it out. But 72.89 million units, okay? 367.84 million units, okay? Get this, in software. So take that, for example, okay? Now we're dealing with the Wii U. 13.56 million units. Okay, this is an old system, a dead system, and people are still buying it. Software-wise, 102 2.28 million units. Okay, now, if I'm Nintendo, I'm going to, first of all, I wouldn't want to get rid of the 3DS. That's something to lean back on. But when you're looking at Wii U sales, and you're looking at all that money, software, 102.28 million, which completely outsells the software of the Nintendo Switch, which is 86.93 million. Now, if I was in Nintendo, not the unknowledgeable people over there, but the actual knowledgeable people in marketing, which somehow it's working for them, but again, it's not working because worldwide they're still suffering. So it's not, only in the big markets they're doing okay. I mean, there were 16 points down at some point, recently. So I mean, it's not really much to talk about here. They're not doing well, even though they claim they are. They're not. In a worldwide market, they're totally failing. But when you're talking about big places like America, Japan, and certain parts of the globe, they're doing okay. Not something to rave about just yet, but you have the Nintendo Wii U outselling them in software, okay? 1.228 million units. Now, if I was over there, I would say, first off, what is the Wii U still doing around? Okay, they weren't doing that well. They froze it. I would have given to the Wii U customers that they screwed over, including myself, because I was a Wii U owner. And yes, we were screwed. No matter how any fanboy wants to talk about it, we were screwed. They should have gave us some kind of voucher after they screwed us over and said, hop on the Switch. Now, this is, Microsoft does that a lot with right now, releasing Windows 10 and saying, hey, you get a free upgrade. And they know why they did that, because then it becomes in everybody's hands. Now, Japan, they said, in Nintendo Japan, they said they want to put a Switch in every person's hand. Okay, not in every household, in every person's hand. That's why they're even releasing a cheaper model without the dock, so you guys can have that. So, I don't understand the stupidity in this, because they can, if they can't see this. I mean, they're seeing 102.28 million units. You're seeing people on forums saying they don't want to jump to the Nintendo Switch until they know it's safe and until they know, most of all, that there's exclusive games being released for it. You guys are releasing ports, okay? But the thing is, it's not doing well compared to the Nintendo Wii U. So what do? Give these guys vouchers. Give the Nintendo Wii U people vouchers to buy your damn system. It's not the console that makes money. I sound like a freaking broken record, but it's the, I gotta keep saying this. It's never the console that sells money. It's always the software. Okay? Microsoft understood that. Even when they suffered with the Xbox losses, with the original Xbox, look where they are now. I don't care what anybody says, good, bad, doesn't matter. They're in a good place now. And the reason why is because he took the hit. But he knew that software is where it's going to come in. And that's where all the investments should be, strictly on the software. And now you got 102.28 million. Now you got to say to yourself, if I gave these guys vouchers and they would have had the Nintendo Switch, all of that money, or a big cut of that money, could have went into there, reaching their fiscal goals with no issue whatsoever. But again, they don't think about that, and they're not really switching anything out of that. They're releasing ports when instead of releasing exclusive games and make the ports as like a special edition or whatever. That would have been better. People would have went into it and had the Nintendo Switch, and therefore an increase in buying the actual consoles and an increase in money. Lastly, the increase in money in software, which is the most important, because obviously Nintendo's on eggshells. Everybody knows that with third-party developers. If third-party developers see the potential in their investment that they're going to be making tons of sales, okay, they're going to jump right on the Nintendo ship with no issues whatsoever, with no doubts. And that's what Nintendo needs to focus on. Okay, now let's go into their what did well. Okay, so you got Super Mario Odyssey with 11.17 million sales. Okay, this is a game that hasn't been released a year yet. Okay, till what, like December, I think December or October. October, I think, right? Yeah, October I got it. Because I got the Mario edition. That's when I bought it. So I think it's October. So you got 1 year. It's not even up to its 1 year till October. And it already is massively impressive, with 11.17 million copies sold. Again, we're talking exclusive game, which is amazing. Now we're going to go into the ports, really. This thing really surprised me, and really I found this impressive. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which is really a port, but a deluxe edition, 10.35 million. We're talking near, and this is technically a port, just a better version of it, which actually, to be honest with you, surprises me. But in a way it doesn't, because everybody always loves a racing game to take on the go, and that's something that really is cool. And especially in the Japan market, it's doing really well, Mario Kart. Okay, and of course in the US as well, they're doing well. But of course in Japan, which loves portable games, portable gaming, and I over here in New York, I'm sure every New Yorker on their busy subway rides love portable gaming, but it's not, again, not really worldwide, but still to manage 10.35 million, almost up to par with Super Mario Odyssey, an exclusive game, is amazing, okay? Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, 9.32 million, okay, sold. Now, I am going to tell you something. There has been some controversy about this, that they're saying it's sold in terms of for the Nintendo Wii U and the Switch combined. I don't know what's the truth behind that yet. It's still a big controversy, but that's where it's looking at right now. But for Breath of the Wild, which was, to be honest, if it was exclusively made for the Nintendo Switch, but to be honest, it's extremely impressive. Because right now you could download it for free, illegally of course, you know, which is horrible, but on the Nintendo Wii U emulator and play it, best resolution ever. And for some reason still, because again, portability is a big factor, 9.32 million sold. Amazing. Just incredible. Then you got Splatoon 2, which I am actually disappointed. I thought it would sell a hell of a lot more. 6.76 million. I did not think that was going to happen at all. I thought it was going to actually top that even more. But, you know, again, this is, by the time this video is released, I'm sure it'll achieve even more. Then you got Kirby Stars Allies, 1.89 million units sold. Okay, not you know, I can't say I'm shocked by that. Then you got ARMS, and this I am shocked, at 2.1 million, and 1.2, sorry, 1 to 2 Switch, 2.45 million, which amazes me. I never really liked the game. Again, it's personal preference. It's whatever you guys like. I personally am not a fan of that game. And ARMS, also not a big fan. I would have loved it, you know, when they called it the Punch-Out, a Nintendo rep called it the Punch-Out of the Nintendo Switch. It's an epic fail. I don't like it. I hate it. It's fun to play a little bit once in a while and then just do away with it. But the truth of the matter is, you know, they should have came out with a Punch-Out game that is exclusively made for Nintendo. Now, again, weak releases, and also on top of that, weak direct that they had. A very weak one, preaching Super Mario Smash Brothers, which I'm a big fan of, but let's face it, guys, it's a freaking port. Okay, so it's an issue. It's a problem, and I don't think they're going to achieve that, but again, I might be proven wrong. They're doing somehow well, again, not worldwide market, but they're doing well in these certain areas, and they are generating a good amount of sales that goes according to their expectations, but I don't think they're going to really get to that realistic goal of another 20 million. I just don't think they have enough push behind it, but maybe I'll be proven wrong. So, I mean, 2.45 million to 1 to 2 Switch, and then Xenoblade Chronicles, which I thought was going to do way better, 1.42 million. Donkey Kong Country, now here, I gotta tell you, I'm actually extremely impressed and shocked that people at the given price, now I bought it because you guys requested me to, and I love the game, don't get me wrong, just as a direct freaking port, okay, just with Funky Kong, who gives a crap, but the thing is, with a direct port, to hit 1.40 million units is insane. Okay? I didn't think it was going to reach that at all at the price point of $60. There's no way in hell I would have thought that as to be possible in any way, shape, or form. But look at this. It actually did well. And, you know, this one really impressed me. But it's only been around for like, what, 10 days, couple of weeks. Mario Tennis Aces, which I got to tell you, I liked. Even though it's simple and whatever, I liked it. 1.38 million, and I think it all had to do with the rackets that they were selling with it, and people were really looking to take advantage of the motion controls. Of course, you know, to have it on a portable, that is, as a motion control. It's a big fun game. I am actually really impressed that it did it did that well that it's almost up to par with Xenoblades, which is unbelievable. And of course, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze to be up to par almost with Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is just insane. I don't know how the hell that's even possible, but it happened. So I mean, miracles do happen. But so Nintendo, right now you're seeing 367.84 million people. Right, this is what we're seeing here. 367.84 million software units sold. Do not do away with the 3DS. I am telling you, if you even release a smaller Switch, you could do that, whatever. But for the kiddies, and I know a lot of people, even adults like myself, I have a 3DS, the idea of a flap screen like this, and that you can take it anywhere with you, not have to worry about a scratch screen and all that, it was designed to be break-proof. Okay, I don't know how to say this. It is small and fits in the hands of kids and adults. It's awesome. It has a good form factor and releases good games for portability and has a battery that outlasts the Nintendo Switch by a crap ton. Okay, these kids, even with a small Switch, are not going to get a battery tank that goes on. I told you it only weighs a little bit more, but it together will weigh a lot for them. I give it to my nephew. He's 5 years old. I'm sure nobody 5 years old, they're going to have it probably anywhere from 10 and up. But from what I've seen, because I tutor kids in Catholic charities, I do this. I recommend everybody do this. It's always good to give back. I do it for, as a volunteer. It's something good to give a little back to the community. But also at the same time, it's a big education for me. Because I learned how many people have the 3DS. And the kids all have it from ages 10, 12, 8. They all have a 3DS. They don't have a Nintendo Switch. And when I told them about the Switch, they all say it's too heavy, it's too big, it's too this. Even if they had a small one, they're not really interested. To have that kind of amount of games that are being sold, 367.84 million copies of games, would be so stupid for you to phase out, Nintendo. And another thing, with the Nintendo Wii U, guys, let it go. Okay? Let it go, Nintendo. Give the people of the Nintendo Wii U a freaking voucher, 50 bucks off, anything, okay, or even a free game voucher, anything, to push them into buying the Nintendo Switch, because you have 102.28 million software units and 13.56 million units of consoles being sold, all that can jump over to the Nintendo Switch. That's all I got to say, people. Let me know what you guys think down below. If you guys have any pointers for Nintendo, remember, they always send their marketing research team, internet research team. That's what every business does. I can tell you that as a fact. I do it in my business. I do it in a lot of businesses. They do it all the time. And this is what is important. So always be vocal on forums. Comment down below. I want to hear what you guys have to think. And as always, self-funded here, always honest reviews and everything. The only thing I ask, I don't do Patreon services or any of that crap. The only help I ask is that you like the video, share the information. I don't even care if you don't share the video. Share the information, but like the video, subscribe, and definitely overall, hit that bell button, but overall, comment down below. I want to hear what you guys have to say about this, that I'm not just speaking from my butt here. And I welcome also Nintendo fans. Like I said, we have to call them on their shortcomings. What do you guys think about that Nintendo Wii U to give a voucher and have those numbers actually jumping over to that? That could help Nintendo out also with their goals, with their fiscal goals. And I just don't see it possible for them to hit another 20 million because I don't see enough push behind the product to achieve that. Obviously holidays are going to be a big thing, but I guess we'll have to see. Hopefully they push good games on the holidays. I know we're still due for another Direct, people, so before the end of the year. So another Direct is coming out, and we're going to see what other new games, from Metroid Prime, 4 coming out, to all these. These are good games that will be system sellers, let's face it, people. And again, as always, I'm going to put it in the description below, guys. We're doing well with the forums right here, okay? We're doing great. I'm going to do another updated video talking about that. But we need to sign that petition for Nintendo to build an exclusive game, as they did before with No Mercy, okay? We all know how awesome that game was. WWF No Mercy was the best wrestling game. Let's face it, even now they're playing it. So to sign that petition for Nintendo to make an exclusive game, I remember that was a system seller. People bought the system. I had a Sega Saturn, and I still bought the Nintendo 64 just for that reason, because I wanted to play certain games that Nintendo 64 had, like GoldenEye, and all these system sellers. We need a push, and this exclusive game will be the push that makes people buy games. One of the many games, one of the many reasons many of us got the Nintendo Switch are because we wanted a wrestling game on the go. We were tired when we saw the PlayStation Vita. The only one we had was a port from PSP to play on that, and we wanted a new game, and this would be an ultimate system seller. Anyways, let me know what you guys think down below. Have a good one, y'all. As always, like, subscribe, hit that bell button for many more videos to alert, and definitely comment below. Have a good one, y'all. Take care. Bye.